Good afternoon, Mr. Johnson. My name is Rob Cross. Thanks for taking my call today. I understand that you all are in the market for looking at different HR solutions for productivity of the workforce. And this is just our initial call, so I appreciate your time. I wanted to introduce you to our technology, which is called WorkSmart from Crossover, and I'm the VP of Sales for the company. And wanted to just introduce some concepts to you about it. But first, wanted to just let you know that most of our clients ask the same questions, which is, if we could squeeze blood out of a stone, we would. We're not sure what the equation is to get 100% or get that 110% effectiveness and efficiency out of all of our workers. And that tends to get kicked down to HR to come up with different solutions and training and incentive programs. And our company really has a different take on it by leveraging big data modeling and a big data solution. So the question we all get is, how can I get more out of what I have versus hire more to get more? And how can you save money by making your workforce more productive? So our company was really founded upon that we fundamentally believe that within your current organization, you have superheroes. That the top 1% that's out there didn't get there because they were born with some innate DNA that makes them the top 1%. Granted, there are outliers that there are phenomenal people out there that are born as overachievers. We all know who they are. But not everyone can be a Steve Jobs or a Richard Branson. And so how can we empower those people that exist today to be better at what they do because they want to be better? And we innately believe that every worker, when they show up to work, wants to put in a good, hard day and feel at the end of the day that they've accomplished something great, both that gives them personal value and contributes to moving your company forward. We're a big believer in measuring, and this is one of my favorite quotes from Lord Kelvin, that unless you know something about it, you don't know anything about it. So, you count what counts. So your understanding of your data and whatnot is fairly meager. So we're big believers in measuring everything, because the more information you have, the more angles of attack you can make on making decisions that not only better your company, but also make your workforce more productive. So we live in an interesting time where we have these cell phones that we have in our pockets, these smartphones, and every worker has them. And whether it's their laptop and all the social media and their smartphone that's more powerful than, the old mainframes of the 80s, it is a source of distraction. And some recent studies that were just published came across some pretty startling numbers that on average, every 3 to 11 minutes, someone in your workforce is distracted. And with each distraction, that takes them away from that task they are on average, for about 25 minutes. That's pretty startling. And, an 8-hour, 10-hour day, 12-hour day, whatever people work, that's not much to go on. So we really believe that how do you employ a technology to create an environment to be better with less distractions and provide that platform for folks to really engage in a focused way. So things are getting worse, right? Not better. Whether it's Facebook or Twitter or Tumblr or YouTube videos or whatever, there's just too many. We're so connected that sometimes our clients feel like they're disconnected, if that's an oxymoron. It sounds like one. Here's another interesting note that surprises people, is that the majority of employees believe that asking for assistance, coming to you and saying, hey, Bob, hey, John, how can I be more effective at my job, is a sign of weakness. They feel that they earn a paycheck and that they bring value to the table of knowing what that roadmap is, and asking for help could be viewed as a sign of weakness. And that's also has to start with some cultural transformation within the company, that type of behavior is encouraged if you bring this type of platform in. That same study also suggests that same majority favors that being proactively engaged by their peers, their mentors, their superiors on how to be successful through a roadmap is highly favorable. Everyone agreed that no, if someone came up to me and said, "Hey, Bob, if you were to do these things and did them correctly in this amount, boy, you'd be a rock star." Or if, I had a friend of mine who was the top sales guy at Xerox, and he was so successful, in order of magnitude more successful than other salespeople, that they actually pulled him into corporate headquarters and did time management studies on what he was doing behaviorally that and activity-wise that made him 10 times more effective than their top salesperson. And they modeled a training program after that. And that's what our platform does for you, is how do you provide that roadmap through technology so every day I can come in and have an opportunity to be that top 1%. So that is what WorkSmart does. It allows you to count what counts and allows you to start to set the framework by job of defining what success looks like, from the administrator, if you went to the janitor, to programmers, to salespeople, you name it. It's a collaborative, dynamic, living and breathing platform that allows for you and everyone in your company to be mentors, providing proactive gamification, performance management, and most importantly, providing people that roadmap of opportunity to be successful. So I'll close with this. Would you be interested if I could demonstrate all of these things up here and leveraging machine learning and big data to start building successful activity profiles for each job, or be able to use a platform to understand what is the signature of activities that outlines best practices and successful outcomes? Or can you engage in predictive modeling so you can start divvying up activities and workloads to the people who are your best athletes, or give people who are lower on the curve opportunities to step up with some important things? Can you provide bidirectional, feedback in real time? And can you inject some fun by having some gamification? If any of those sound interesting, then really the next step would be, let's schedule either a virtual or on-site demo and start walking you through how this platform can not only help you define success and what that means, but starts to provide that cultural transformation from the top to the bottom of the organization. So when are you available? And I appreciate you giving me your time.